Hey nail peeps, welcome back to Sherry's Nail Corner. In this video, I'll show you how I package samples to mail out to my nail friends. Come hang with me in my favorite little corner of the world and let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to Sherry's Nail Corner. I am making some samples for my sister. We kind of share colors and she's asked for a few that I have. So I was gonna just make this quick video and show you guys my process for taking care of that. My favorite things to store even my own samples are these little storage containers that I get at the Dollar Tree. They are in an 8-pack and of course they're $1 at Dollar Tree. They're usually by the arts and crafts section, and they're not always the easiest to find, so whenever I see them I usually grab like $10 worth, because I keep all of my little samples in there that I've traded with people and collected or split jars with some of my friends, so they're really handy to have. They actually come in 2 sizes. This smaller one, which usually you can fit a teaspoon or 2 in and still have room to dip without overflowing. And they've also got a larger size that comes in a 6-pack, also located in the arts and crafts section. These ones I've actually put in, I put half of a full ounce jar in, so a half an ounce, and you still have plenty of room for dipping. So these ones are really great also. I just wanted to point one thing out as well. I haven't been able to find the ones I really like. Now they're made with these clear lids, and those ones are a little bit more fragile and they don't actually seal as well. So if you can find the ones that have these more opaque lids, they're the best kinds. They're practically gold because they're really hard to find. They seal a lot better. Even the plastic of this is thicker. You can see that kind of doesn't really have a lot of give. But then there's these, and you just have to be a little bit more careful. They don't always seal really well. This one's actually a really bad one. And I think I might be able to just kind of clean out this little part right here and see if I can get that to close better. But anyways, there we go. You just have to be a little bit more careful with these. These ones are the better ones with the white lids. They just seal a whole lot easier. A couple other things that I like to do my samples with. I've got this little metal spoon I use for a lot of things. I just dust it off in between. Typically I'll send my samples in these little Ziploc bags that I get from Daiso. These ones I prefer over the kind that you can buy at Michael's or Hobby Lobby because they're a lot thicker, and I've never had anybody say that they busted. I can't even rip these, so the likelihood of these getting busted open in the mail is pretty low. But not everybody has a Daiso by them, and I'm sad for you because Daiso is the bomb. Anyways, there's those bags. What else? When I send them in bags, I'll usually put them in a card, just a regular card from anywhere, and I'll what is this called, packing tape them across. This is just a different version that Daiso makes with these little lines you can write on, and then I'll of course label them so the people know what they're getting once they're received. And then I just packing tape across the seal part, close this up, put it in an envelope, and send it with just one stamp. I've never had any of them come back to, and I sold a lot of samples when I acquired a lot of colors, and like I said, I've never had an issue doing it this way, so I just wanted to show you this little my way of doing that. So I'm gonna be sending my sister like 7 samples. Her stuff's actually going in a box, but I'm still gonna bubble wrap these just in case, because like I said, these aren't the best ones. But they'll be good for sitting on your counter once she does receive them in the mail. I would be wary of mailing these just because they're pretty crappy. They're not the greatest. They're cheap, but they might not make it in the mail. So I've labeled these for her. So Musca is this larger jar, and then I've got Hyper, which is a glitter I wanted to show y'all. So I'll do that one first. I also use these little medicine cups like for liquid medications, and you can buy these on Amazon, and I've got them on my little Amazon list that I'll link, just all of my favorite things in there. I fill it up to 1 teaspoon when I'm sending these, for the 1 teaspoon sample size, which is also what fits in the smaller little baby Ziplocs. But I've got a lot of this color and I'm not really a fan, so I'm gonna send my sister more. That that'll fit in this. So whenever I do glitters, I always make sure to shake and tumble it just like if I was going to put it on, because I don't want to just scoop all this clear powder or the green that's in here and send that to her. So open up your jar. I'm going to measure this first. And usually too, just because when stuff gets the little micro powder in it, it gets pretty slippery, I just throw it in the lid like that. So I'll show you guys. Let me add a little bit more. That's not even a teaspoon yet. And I think pretty much in the whole dipping community, if I remember correctly, a teaspoon can do a full manicure like 2 times if you're not super heavy on your pro base, and you kind of dust back into your little container. So a lot of people probably haven't even worn their colors more than once or twice. I personally have almost like 200 including all of my samples, and I've only worn the same one a few times. So trading colors and samples is a great way to do it, especially if you want to build your collection, and you don't want to have a full jar that you can use 10 times of one color unless you super love it. So that's what happened here. I'm sending some to my sister. So anyways, I'm gonna try to turn this fairly quickly, and you can see it's just right at the 1 teaspoon line. And I'll show you how far this fills up this little jar as well. So that's about half, and that's a teaspoon. So whenever you're dipping, you'll still have room to dip into this without having it overflow. It's not even really that close to even spilling over. So I just wanted to show you that. All right, and I like to use this little measuring cup because I get the same measurement every time. I'm just gonna fill this up some more for her, and I'll kind of show you what this does also, as far as filling up the smaller container and filling up the larger. I know some groups that sell samples are super strict on the way that they do it, and I get why, but if your group that you're trying to sell something in doesn't do it this way, do it the way that they're supposed to do it. So now this is almost completely full. If I was going to send this and then the person was going to dip into this, I would recommend pouring it into something different so that you can dip into it, or transferring it into your own container. So I'll have to check what DSSP means. I don't remember from whatever grade we're in when we learned that. Anyways, let me show you for comparison in the larger container. So in this larger container, it's coming to about here before I tilt it. It's about a little less than halfway filled. So this will give you plenty of room to dip in also. But I'm just gonna be a pain in the ass to my sister and send it to her in this because I already have the lid labeled, and she'll figure something out. She'll be all right. So that one's ready to go, Allie. Shout out to my sister, my little sister that I got addicted to dipping nails with. Now we're trading colors. Part of the fun. So that one's for her. I'm gonna just dust off my brush with my shirt real quick because I don't have anything else handy. So now I'm going to do a different color. So that's how I do the glitter ones. I'm not gonna use this one again. And now I'll do this, I'm gonna send her some of this Musco. This one's a retired color, and it's actually in the video where I used my son's hand as an example with the blue and the Prosecco that I did the ombre glitter on. But I have a ton of it. They did this during one of their sales. I think it was, they do something, I think, where you like can pick your price or something basically, or you just place an order and they send you whatever size they pull off the shelf, really. So I think I paid like $7.99 for this or whatever, and I got a 1 ounce jar. and I have them labeled because I go to DFW dip meetups, which is in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. If you're up over here, definitely join that group on Facebook. It's called DFW dip, DIP. And we try to do like quarterly meetings, really, where we hang out, do our nails, and sometimes we'll go to a nail store and have lunch and just catch up with our dip friends. So those are really fun. If you're in the area, definitely join in on that and get with us. So let's get back to this one real quick. I'm gonna do the same thing. This one I'm just gonna mix a little bit. It's not a glitter or anything. And I'm gonna send her a bunch of this too because I've got a ton. So same thing, just measure and scoop. And I'm filling this to DSSP also. And high five to you if you already know what that is, but I'm gonna have to Google it. Alright, so same thing. That one's just a little bit more full. This powder's a little bit different too. This one's a mood changer. So hot and cold makes it go lighter and darker. So it's just got a little bit of a different consistency than a glitter. See, when I shake it, it's not even really moving. And I'm just gonna pour this into her little jar and send it on her way. I'm actually sending her like 7 colors and a whole box of stuff that I've gathered up. That's the end of this video, guys. I'm gonna get these in the box to my sister, but I just wanted to show you the super easy way that I do samples, accurate, and the little jars that I like. So that's all for today. Thanks for coming back to my channel and hanging out. Bye.